All right, guys, welcome back to Daily Maths Concepts. What we're looking at today is one of those specimen papers for the City and Guild Stage 3. All right, so I trust that if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. Please like and share these videos as we go along. So here it is. We're going to be working out the stage 3 paper, and I trust that it will help you to do well in the exam coming up soon. So let's go. It says, which of the following sets of numbers contain all of the factors of 18? What are factors of 18? For the factors of 18 are numbers that can actually go into 18 without leaving a remainder. So we want to make sure that we are getting those out. What are all the numbers that can go into 18 without a remainder? Here it is. So number one is C. One is C. Let me see if I could get a bigger view. Let's take a bigger view. All right. Yeah, bigger view right there. All right. So let's go for question 2. Repayments of a loan are $269 per month for 3 years. Now, they want to know the total repayments in the 3 year. What we want to do, though, is to make sure that we are understanding what is going on, because for 3 years, you're talking about 3 times 12. That's 36 months. So what we want to do now is just to work out 36 months as we go along. 36 months paying $269 each to work it out. All right, so we want to quickly do our multiplication. 9 6 is 54. Put on this, carry that. 6 6 36, 36 and 5 41. 6 2 is 12, 12 and 4, that's 16. Put a 0. 9 3 is 27. Carry the 2. 9, so 3 6 is 18 and 2 20. Carry the 2. All right, and 3 6 and 2 8. All right, so I have this, and all we have to do now is just to add this up. So we're talking about 4 8 4 8 6 4 8 6. Let me write this better. 4 8, this is 6 and this is 9. So I'm looking for that, and there it is at number 1. So basically 36 times the 269 would have given us the 9,684. But you're definitely gonna have to show, you have to have these skills, because I don't think you're using a calculator in this exam. All right, what is 5 to the third? 5 to the third means 5 times 5 times 5, and this will give us 125. So you could see that that's the answer there. What's the square root of 64? We have to know square roots and so forth. So the answer is 88864, guys. So we want to make sure that we understand the square root. We memorize some of them so that we can do some things easily. What is 4,700 written in standard form? Remember, I know in standard form, the decimal point must come after the first digit that is not a 0. So we're going to have to make an effort so that the decimal point comes there. Remember, when you don't see a decimal point, it's at the back. So let us check. How many times did it move to get there? 1, 2, 3. So the answer is actually 4.7 times 10 to the 3. And there it is. That's our response at B. Number 6. What is 6.3 times 10 to the second power? 6.3 times 10 to the second power really means 6.3 times 100, because 10 to the second is 10. So basically we're looking at 630 as you go. There it is. All right, let's go. Number 7. Number 7 says, and one day the temperature in London was -36, and the temperature at Kingston was 30. What is the difference between these? So just take a quick look. You're at -3. There's a 0 here, and then you have 30 down there. So if you're talking about units, you know, the difference between it, you're talking about from -3 to 0, that's 3 units. And then from 0 to 30, that's another 30. So overall, It's 33 units between them. Or you could say the last temperature minus the first one, and then you're still gonna get your 33, because these two negatives will be a positive. So 33 is the difference between the two temperatures. What is the binary number? 1010 in decimal. If I'm going to convert anything to decimal, I'll have to use the table for that system that I'm going to be working with. So the table for the binary, which is base 2, is 1, then a 2, then a 4, then a 8, and it goes on in that pattern. I am just going to stop at 4 because I only have a 4-digit number here. So it's a 1010. What's the principle? We multiply and add. So we're going to be multiplying. Let me switch the marker for that. We're going to be definitely, all right, not getting a change. We're going to be multiplying the columns. All right, so we're going to multiply the digits in the column by the place. And from there we could go. So let us now see. So this is like 8 times 1, and that is 8. This is 0 times 4, this is 0. This is 2 times 1, that's 2. This is 0 times 1, that's 0. So we're going to be adding all of these. So you're talking about 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0, and that is 10. So definitely we're looking for 10 as our answer in this. There it is. So we have 10, very good. Solve. If you're going to solve 6 plus 2.53 plus 0.05 minus 1.6. You want to add these first, right? So you're going to have to set it up because we don't have a calculator. 6.00. This is the thing. This is the old number. So I put it where the old numbers are. Remember, when you're adding, you line up your decimal points though. When you're adding, so I'm just going to add then a subtract at the end. So when you're adding, you want to line up your decimal points to make sure that you are not making any error. So the 3 plus the 5, that's the 8. 5 plus zeros, that's a 5. And then we have an 8. The decimal point comes right back there. So what we do have is 8.58, and we want to subtract now 1.6. You could put a 0 there if you want, but make sure that even in subtraction, the decimal places, the decimal points are lining up. 8 minus 0 is 8. Can I take 6 from the 5? I can't. So I take 1 from the 8, bring it here. So then we're looking at 15. All right. So this is now a 9, and then this is a 6. So I have a 698 that I'm looking for. Bam. That's my answer at A up there. Number 10, it says the customer buys a bag of sugar that costs $1.89 and a dozen egg that costs this. All right. All right. So now the bag of pasta that costs that, which is $6.89. How much change should the customer receive from a 20? So I want to add these up again. So you could see how the City Angles paper is set around these consumer math here. We're testing to see if we can work with decimals, you know, things from our everyday life, you know. So we're adding 9 plus 9 plus 5, and that's going to give me 23. So I put on the 3, I'm going to carry that 2. 2 plus the 8, that's 10. 10 plus the 6, that's 16. So we're talking 16 plus 8 again, that's going to be 24. So I'm putting the 4, carrying the 2. So I could say 2 plus 1, that's 3. 3 plus 4, that is actually 7. And 7 plus 6, that is 13. My decimal point comes here. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at $1.89 plus $4.65 plus $6.89. When I add that, I'm getting $13.43. Remember now that I took $20 to the shop. If I want to put a 0.00, that's fine. But I took $13 to the shop, $20 to the shop. So I want to subtract that. How do you subtract? Well, you borrow 1 here. That's 1 being left. That's a 9. That's a 9, and that's a 1. So then we have a 7. We have a 5, and we have a 6. So we're talking about $6.57 change that you would have gotten back if you had brought that. All right. The next question though, what is 1.3 times 740? Definitely there are some answers here that we know that can't be. So, but you're gonna have to work out this though. So you want to work out this just to get your math, because they're testing to see if you could work out. 0 times 3 is 0. All right. 3 times the 4, that is 12. Carry the 1. 3 7 is 21 and 22. Put a 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 4 4. 1 times 7 7. And we're adding up this. All right. So I'm getting a 0, a 2, a 6, a 9. And guess what? I have 1 digit behind the decimal point. So right there. So this is 962 I'm looking at right there for my answer. All right. So 962. Let me take this outside of that question right there. All right, let's look at another question at the same time. So it says, how many 0.35 liters of bottles can we get from a container of 35 liters? So what we want to do though is just to divide this, because you're talking about liters to liters. So we're talking about, I have 35 liters and I want to know how many of these I could fill out of it. So I'm going to divide by. All right, so I'm seeing like 100 coming out, but let's just work these out. We want to make sure that the divisor being an whole number. So it's going to take 1, 2 movements to the right. That means this is here 1, 2. So basically I end up with 3,500 over 35. If we divide this, I am going to definitely get 100. So I'll be able to fill 100 of those containers. For this one, you don't have to multiply this because all the numbers are 2 and 8. So we just have to count off the digits behind the decimal point, which is 2 overall. So the answer would have been 0.28. Find the total cost of 1.5 kilogram of rice at $1.80 per kilogram and 0.75 flour at $9. At $3.96 per kilogram. So all we're going to do is to imply some multiplication again. And we're talking multiplying $1.80 times $1.50. You don't have to line up your decimal point because we're multiplying. So you just make sure that you make a note of what's going on. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 8, that's 40. 5 times 1 is 5 and 4, 9. Put a 0 to hold the place. 1 times 0, 0. 1 times 8, 8. 1 times 1, 1. So we're going to add up this 0, 0, 7, 2. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So right here. So basically this is a $2.70 that we got from this. I'm holding on to my $2.70 here for now. All right. So let me mark my $2.70 right over there. Come on. All right. So I have my $2.70 there. What I'm going to look at now is the 0.75, all right, at this. So you're talking about $3, that, and I'm multiplying this by 75. All right, so we're multiplying. It's going to catch in that, but that's fine. Now let's put it over here. $3.96, multiplying that by 0.75, and there we go. We're talking about 5 times 6, that's 30. Put in the 0, carry the 3. 5, 9, 45, and 3, that is 48. Carry the 4. 5, 3 is 15, and 4, that's 19. Let's put a 0. 7 times 6 is 42. Put the 2, carry the 4. 7 times 9, that is 63, and 4, 67. Carry that 6. 7, 3 is 21, and 6, that's 27. And let's add these 0 and 0, carry the 1, this is a 7, carry the 1, this is a 9 and 2. All right, so basically then the $3.96 times the 0.75 is going to give you, remember the decimal places, I'm taking 4, so you're talking about $2.97. So we're adding $2.70 plus $2.97, and that is going to take us out of the game. We have to work these out. It's like there is no shortcut for these. Basically, we're testing the skills to see if we can do this. So it's a $5.67 that everything would have cost. You just simply employ some working out. Number 15, a customer buys two jars of baby food that cost $1.70 each. All right, so now we're seeing that we're talking about $1.70 each. Very important. Each. And a pack of diaper that costs $12. So this is a pack. All right. So we want to know the change. She gave the shopkeeper $20. how many change will she receive? First thing, we want to work out this to say, all right, this is $3.40, yeah, because it was 2 at $1.70. And then now we're suggesting that, listen, I need to add this $3.40 to the $12.72 to know the total. So that's 2, 1, carry the 1 there, and that's a 6, and that's 1. So that's $16. So we're talking about $16.12 everything came to. So basically then we're going to subtract the $16.12 from the 20, right? And then we're getting $3.88. We're looking for that. It's at the top. And there it is. We have conquered that. Let's see what else is coming. We're in the fraction section of the paper now, 16. So it says that these, I wouldn't trouble these because everything is a 5. So I'm just going to work with 1/8 plus 7/10. And then this could work with a 40. So we're saying that 8 into 40 goes 4 times. So 4 times 1 is 4. 8 into 40 is 5 times. My bad. Let me fix that. That's 5. 5 and 5 times 1, that's 5. 10 into the 40, that's 4. This is the 28, all right? And then when you add this, you're getting 33 over 40, which means that everything is 5 and 33 over 40. All right, so because I was only working out to see the extra pieces, because we know we'll get a 5 by adding the 2 and the 3 already, and everything had 5, as you could see. So we worked out the next part, which is the other fractions. All right, so we're looking at this. We're talking 4/5 minus 2/3. Listen, this is 15. All right, so 5 into the 15 is 3 times 3 4s, that's 12. 3 into the 15 is 5. 5 2 is 10. So this is 250. And the answer is at the top right there. What is 3 1/4 minus 1? So when I look at this now, I have to work out this because I'm getting 2 sets of numbers there. So because I'm getting those, then I can't just, work with. So I'm going to have to work with everything. So let us quickly convert. I could just convert. 3 4 is 12 plus 1. This is 13 over 4. 717 plus 5, that is 12 over 7. So I'm working with some mixed numbers now, right? All right, 28 is going to be my number here. 4 into 28 goes 7 times. So I'm saying 7 times 13. All right, 7 times 13 is going to give us what? 91. So 7 into the 28 is 4. 4 times that, that's 48. So basically 91 minus the 48 will give me 43 over 28. Well, that's not there. So then we're going to have to look because that's not there. So now we're converting back this now. So the 28 into the 43 is 1 time. So we want to see the remainder now. What's left? 15 as a remainder. So 15 out of 28. We're looking for this now. And then we would have seen this right here. So that's the answer for that one. So basically, sometimes when you work it out, you're not going to see the answer you get first. You work again. A property is sold for $1.25 million. So we want to know, how do we represent $1.25 million? So $1.25 million is 1,250,000. All right. To 2 owners receive, so the 2 owners receive half. All right. How much will each get? We want to divide this by 2. That's what half signifies. 2 into itself 1 time. 2 into the 12 6 times. 2 into the 5 goes 2 times. And remainder 1. 2 into the 10, that's 5. 2 into 0 0. 2 into 0 0. 2 into 0 0. So each person would have gotten 625,000. And we're looking for that. Here is our response right there. Now, the next one is a fraction. It says 2 2/5 divided by a half. So what we want to do is quickly check this out. 2 2/5 divided by a half. We're going to convert to a improper. So 5 2 is 10 plus 2. That's 12 over 5 divided by a half, which really means 12 over 5 multiplied by 2 over 1. Now there is nothing to cancel, so I say 12 times 2, 24 over 5 times 1, 5, and then this will be 24 over 5. We don't see that. But how this work out? 5 into this goes 4 times and remainder 4 over 5. We're looking for this now, and it's at the top.